Japan's unique oceanic delight, hamachi.
Having that consistent amount of, fattiness and having the fish be, something we can depend on being the same all the time. When you cook it, it becomes a little bit more, fat breaks down really nicely, and so that's why we decided to go with kind of a delicate roots broth. We're going to prepare a dish for you today. It's oil poached Japanese Hamachi. It's served with a little bit of a radish broth and yuzu oil, and we have some charred scallion powder dusted on top. So I'm just going to guide you through the first steps. So first thing is we have some beautiful piece of Japanese Hamachi here. We're just going to remove a little bit of the bloodline. Because it's quite large, quite wide in the poaching, I'm actually gonna just kind of cut it down the center and leave it attached to the skin there. That way we're gonna season it with a little bit of salt on the inside. So outside with some kosher salt, and then the inside we're gonna season. So it'll end up being 2 pieces of fish in the end, but we're just gonna cook it as one like this, and a little bit of that oil is gonna get in the inside and cook that from the inside out. So we just seasoned the hamachi, and we're gonna put this into the oil to poach.
So we're gonna cook the garnish now. Just gonna be a little bit of radish, scallions cooked in chili oil. So what you wanna do is you wanna just cut your radish into points. And then after that, we're just gonna cut it into smaller pieces like that. Then you can take your scallions. So just want to take your onions and again trim it down, and you want to cut it the same size as the radishes.
So we're just gonna cook the scallions and the radish together for a little bit in some chili oil. So the chili oil just goes in the pan. I'm gonna start with the scallions. Add a little bit of salt at this point. Now I'm gonna put in the radishes. And those are gonna just cook together for a little bit, just so they soften up. So we are gonna plate the fish now. We have our hamachi that has been oil poached. Skin just comes right off, and Chef Fabian over here is gonna dust it with our dried scallion ash, as we call it. And we really love this kind of addition to the hamachi, because I think scallion and hamachi go so well together. Helps cut some of that fat. And even after poaching, it still stays really moist. You can see we have, it's cooked, but it doesn't dry out. And that's one of the reasons that we love a really fatty fish like this. And what we're gonna do is our scallions and our radish are gonna go on the bottom. And that's just cooked in that chili oil. And then we're just gonna add some of this grated radish. This gives it nice pungency, but also it's gonna soak up some of that broth, which would be really nice. And you'll have a completely different texture. The broth is gonna go on next. So it's the reduced radish broth with a little bit of mirin, and we have a little bit of tiny bit of yuzu oil we're just gonna finish with, so it's kind of oily and broken. And it has a little bit of salt and vinegar in there for seasoning. And you can see that just gets soaked up by the raw radish. And then we'll just have the hamachi right on top. So this is our oil poached Japanese hamachi with a little bit of radish broth, grated radish, and scallion ash.